You know, when you're standing at the front of a packed conference room and you try to plug your laptop into the sound system.
Oh, yeah. And instead of your presentation audio, you just get, like, dead silence.
Right. Or a tangle of broken adapters. It's a
Mhm.
complete nightmare.
Absolutely a nightmare.
So today's deep dive is really about the exact piece of technology designed to kill that nightmare forever.
Hmm.
We're looking at a product page from HDTVSupply for this $332 device called the QSC AXPio Axiom Expansion Module.
Yeah, it's a highly specific, totally unsung hero of modern audio systems.
Okay, let's unpack this because, I mean, we've all felt the frustration of getting local audio into a big installed room system. How exactly does this little module fix it?
Well, it solves that universal pain point of getting portable audio like your phone or your laptop into the massive room system. Instead of relying on some fragile chain of adapters, the AXPIO module basically acts as a bridge.
Okay.
It takes your local audio and extends it over standard non-networked CC5 cable.
Wait, I want to pause on that for a second
Yeah.
because, well, CT5 is usually what we use for internet data, right?
Yeah.
Like Ethernet.
Right, exactly.
But this is using those same cables to send an analog audio signal.
Yeah, it is. What's fascinating here is that inside a CT5 cable, there are multiple pairs of these tightly twisted copper wires. And usually those carry digital network data, ones and zeros.
Sure.
But here, the AXPIO is commandeering those copper paths to send pure, continuous analog audio waves. You might have the left channel audio on one twisted pair and the right channel on another.
So it completely ignores the digital network.
Totally ignores it.
So it's basically like taking a standard highway that's meant for, I don't know, complex digital traffic, sectioning off a couple of dedicated lanes, and just letting pure audio cruise straight through without hitting a single stoplight or IT firewall.
That's a perfect way to look at it. The brilliance really is in its simplicity. By running over non-networked TT5, you get incredible distance and reliability.
Because it's not fighting for bandwidth.
Exactly. I mean, there are no IP addresses to assign, there's no network switches to configure, and zero chance of an internet outage taking down your microphone.
But sending analog audio down cheap copper wire over huge distances, I mean, usually that ruins the sound quality. We've all heard static on a bad connection.
Oh, for sure.
How does this tiny box prevent the audio from just turning to mush by the time it reaches the main speakers?
Well, it comes down to pure electrical muscle. The device uses what are called balanced line-level flex I/O ports, and those support up to a plus 24 dBu signal level.
Okay, plus 24 dBo sounds impressive on a spec sheet, I guess, but
Yeah.
what does that actually mean, like in practice?
Think of it like water pressure. A weak audio signal is like a trickle from a garden hose, right? It loses momentum over a long distance and gets easily disrupted by outside interference.
Makes sense.
But a plus 24 dBo signal is like a fire hose. It pumps out such a massive, robust electrical signal that the audio stays pristine and punchy even when it's traveling, hundreds of feet through the walls.
Wow. And because they're flex ports, I assume you can configure them based on what the room actually needs.
Yeah, exactly. You can set it as 2 inputs or 1 input and 1 output or 2 outputs because a massive lecture hall obviously doesn't have the same audio traffic needs as a tiny huddle room.
Right, you tailor the flow precisely to the space. But wait, I'm genuinely confused by something in these specs.
Oh, what's that?
You just said this is a pure analog bridge using raw copper, but right next to the audio ports, it has an RS-232 connection. Isn't RS-232 for digital data?
It is, yeah.
So if this is just a quote-unquote dumb audio pipe, why is it talking digital control?
Well, RS-232 is a classic bulletproof communication language for electronics. Adding it is what actually elevates this module from a basic extension cable to a pro-level integration tool.
Oh,
The audio path itself is pure analog, but that RS-232 connection allows the main AV network systems like QSYS to monitor and control the module. So the room's central brain can seamlessly manage those local inputs, turning them on or off or adjusting settings without anyone ever needing to touch the physical box.
that makes total sense. And honestly, it explains why QSC backs this with a massive 6-year factory warranty once you register it. You just install it behind the drywall and literally never think about it again.
Yeah, it's the hidden infrastructure that makes the entire room feel effortless.
So, to you listening, the next time you walk into a presentation and the audio setup is perfectly smooth, just know it's not magic. It's because of rock-solid hardware like the AXPIO doing all the heavy lifting behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
And it leaves me with this final thought to mull over. As our world becomes increasingly obsessed with wireless, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, casting from our phones, Isn't it incredibly ironic that the absolute most bulletproof way to guarantee our smart devices actually communicate is still a physical, tightly wound piece of copper CT5 cable?